Hello everybody, hello from Londonist. Today we're here again to inform you about London and talk about London and life here, and hope you are gonna have some benefits out of it. So, today we're going to talk about 10 facts you probably didn't know about London City. There are some facts, although I'm very interested and I live here and I do this program, that I still don't know, so let's start. London is the smallest city in England. Well, the metropolis, that the big city we know, is called the Greater London. Actually, when it comes to City of London, it's a very small portion of that. City of London has a population of 9,123 people, and it makes the smallest city in England. And London is technically a forest. How does it become? You know, there is the enormous space of green in the city, and I think it's hard to get a grasp of it if you haven't been here. The density of trees it has per square mile qualifies it as a forest by the definition of United Nations. From the streets to the parks, you always feel like you are near a forest or in it. And half of the underground is going overground. But it's still not called overground because we also have an overground. Well, let's stick to the name Tube then. Big Ben isn't actually called Big Ben. Well, every year, a lot of tourists come here and stand on Westminster Bridge to take a picture with the Big Ben, but nobody knows that they don't take the picture with the Big Ben, because the tower is called the Elizabeth Tower, and the Big Ben is the ring that lives in the tower. Rainy London isn't really very rainy when we check out the facts. Well, it's known as a rainy city, but when you check out the facts, it takes less rain than Rome, Miami, and Sydney, both in terms of the volume of the rain and the number of the rainy days we get. Most of the people that you see in the streets of London and walk around in London may not be Londoners, because the population of London is 8.5 million people, but every year we get 16 million people here, so the half of the population that you see around the streets are not actually Londoners. It has more Indian restaurants than Mumbai. Well, every restaurant in Mumbai is technically an Indian restaurant, but still London overdoes the job. There are so many Indian kitchens around here, and if you want to go for a great curry, well, you better go off to London instead of Mumbai. London's traffic hasn't improved in 100 years. Well, that is, if you go by the speed of vehicles moving around the city. Vehicles driving through the city average a top speed 7.4 miles an hour, and that is equal to a horse and a cab. You can drive on the right side of the road, but it's the wrong side of the road. Everybody know English people are driving in the left-hand side of the road. But there is one street in the UK that is called Savoy Court, where drivers can go back to their roots. Actually, by law, it's telling you to drive on the right-hand side of the road. Wait, which city are we talking about? So, the UK's capital is not the only city that is called London. The United States has 10, Canada has 1, France has 1, and there's even an asteroid called London. So make sure you're booking the right place. I hope these 10 facts you learned about London has surprised you and made you want to come here even more, because being a Londoner honestly rocks. I'll see you in the next video of Londonist. Take care.